in the chat, let us know what type of training do you prefer, group or solo? There is there a right or wrong answer, Jimmy? We'll see. We'll
To me,
see.
there isn't. There is no wrong answer here. So
Yeah.
I tell you what's weird is that I prefer, especially beginners or something. I prefer them in teaching, or like if I'm teaching the class, I prefer them coming in doing group. But if it's just me working out by myself, or if I have a choice to go into someone else's class, I'd probably just rather go solo. Because I'm
Yeah.
just going to be doing something totally different than what I would be doing in group fitness here. So yeah.
Gotcha. Well, look at here. Carolyn says depends on the day. That's good.
Yeah.
Group. We should have had. Oh man, we could have done like a tally or whatever.
Survey here. Yeah.
Survey. Done that next time. A lot of pretty split
Is it
here.
balanced out here?
Balanced. It's good. So yeah, 216 here. Thanks for coming to the coach's corner. I'm Jimmy, and then we got, or not, I'm not Jimmy. I'm Isaac.
Hey, you can be
We
Jimmy
have
today if
Jimmy.
you want here, all right? So
Yeah, we'll do a little reverse here. That actually happened. One of our trainer tips for the newsletter. I was you and you were me, I think,
oh
in one of
yeah,
the things that
yeah,
happened.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
that's what happened there. That's why I said that.
I
So
heard that. I
but
heard
yes,
that day when that happened. Jimmy Kim got a lot of complaints that day here. So you.
yeah, that's good. Uh, but yeah, we're going to be talking the kind of the key differences between group and solo training, and basically the cliffhanger answer to this is that neither of them are better or worse than the other. It's really dependent on what makes you want to work out, what keeps you consistent with the form of exercise, the setting that you like. It all comes down to what can keep you more consistent and what can make you sustain that active lifestyle throughout the rest of your life essentially. um, Jimmy, what do you prefer, I guess? Like, I mean, you personally,
Me personally,
yeah, like if
uh,
you were to work out, yeah.
well, yeah, I always say that teachers are probably the worst students to take classes.
Mhm.
Because we're so used to doing the things that we do all the time. So if it was up to me, if I had a choice to either take someone else's class or just work out on my own, I probably would go solo. But I really enjoy the group. Really enjoy teaching the group fitness aspect because I can actually just, well, you can monitor everybody. You can make sure. I have injured myself many times over the years, and I'm also just a stickler of technique. So when I see somebody doing something wrong, one, it's not just to correct them, but we don't want to waste their time either. We want to make sure that when they are coming in and working out, that they are actually getting the most out of their time when they are working out. So group fitness allows me to make sure that everybody's not going to injure themselves and also just make the most out of their workout when they do come in. So,
Mhm.
um, and once
Yeah,
again, it's just kind of like Carolyn. It's kind of like depending on the day, you know.
yeah, right.
So
And I think that's if we're kind of talking pros versus cons of group exercise. I think one of the biggest pros of it is just kind of what you said. It's like, I guess we are more of the instructors, but like you have that that professional, that fitness exercise professional there with you, right? And you know, obviously the attention might be divided, but overall, if you're doing an exercise correctly, or you're beginning to learn how to exercise properly and with that form, I think that's where group fitness, group exercise
Mhm.
really is great as far as like you're going to get good attention, you're going to get that yeah, that just that expertise overall. And then the
Yeah.
other aspect of it too is like accountability, right? If other people are coming into class, a lot of times you're more prone kind of that healthy peer pressure, if you will. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
Mhm.
Um, absolutely. And also another thing is that they might be doing an exercise and it's like, well, I don't really feel this. What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? Even though they might actually even be doing the exercise right, they might not even have enough weight to be able to even feel the exercise. Say like maybe doing like a chest press with maybe 3 pound dumbbells might not be able to best way to be able to feel that using that light of weight. But I don't know about you, Alex, or Isaac. I mean, Alex just walked by here, so I'm sorry about
Yeah.
that.
I've been
But
three different people in the
you
last
now first you
10,
were
10
Jimmy and now
minutes.
you're
Yeah.
Alex here, all right? But the people really respond actually when I do the exercises with them. As opposed to me just walking around class and just seeing if they're doing it correctly. They respond, and I just get better engagement when I'm actually doing the exercises with them. And I think also it just kind of keeps the energy up when I'm actually doing the exercises with them as well here. So yeah,
So kind
so
of that
almost
traditional and
accountability.
yeah, yeah. So and I guess there are we didn't even really talk or plan to talk about that, but like even like the group fitness aspect of it, there are different styles, right? Completely different styles of classes you can do. So if you didn't like one style of group fitness, you might be interested in another style. And I know a lot of the stuff that we do here at or that I do at Rice Creek is more, I would say, group training rather than
Hmm.
so much group traditional exercise group
Hmm.
fitness, kind of what you're saying, where there's an instructor in front.
Yeah.
You all kind of have your spots, and you're almost the instructor's almost doing the workout with you. Whereas kind of the style that I like to teach, right? So a lot of that is the instructor of like what does the instructor like to do too, is kind of more that group training aspect of it. Um,
Well, which one do you
yeah.
prefer? Do you prefer group or do you prefer solo or what do you like?
Well, I'll go basically what you said, Jimmy. If I'm going to work out, I would probably most of the time prefer to do my own workout
Hmm. Hmm.
based on, and the reason why is like it's much easier for me to track my progress, right?
Absolutely.
That's
Yep.
kind of that's a big difference between uh, group and solo is when you are working out solo, you have the capability of knowing exactly how much what weight you used the previous session, the two sessions before that. Sometimes in that group fitness setting, you just pick up some weights and you go, which,
Hmm. Yep.
that's great too. It's so I really like tracking and so that's a lot of the reasons why I prefer that. I will also say, um, I do enjoy. This is going to sound like a ClassPass advertisement, but I don't like. I'm not sponsored by ClassPass in any sort of way, but we do twice a year. You can get like a very cheap subscription for like a month or something. So I will sign up for that, and basically what that allows you to do is it allows you to go to a lot of different gyms around the area, and I'll take classes for that month like once a week just to check out what other gyms are doing um, and just to have that environment of like hey I'm in a group, I'm in a class, and it is very motivating. And I think that is a pretty cool thing about group exercise is a lot of those instructors, a lot of these gyms have this down to a almost a science of like creating an awesome atmosphere for you
Yeah.
to work out, like that motivating atmosphere. So
Yeah. Which brings up another
yeah,
good point about group fitness is, we can control the type of music we want to play.
yeah,
And also which kind of that depends on the instructor. But if the instructor is feeling the energy, more than likely that energy is also going to be transferred out to the people as well here. So if you got an instructor that's not really feeling it that day, that's also going to be translated as well here. So
Yeah, definitely.
there's been a couple of
Yeah.
times where I actually have been sick to where I can't really do anything at all, and I have taught a step class sitting in a chair, and I've had somebody up there saying, the moves here. I'll just call them out, and you just do them. Everybody will follow here. So but it gets you through the class, but it's probably not the most motivating thing to do here. So
Right. And as an instructor too, it's like, well, we're gonna have our good days, we're gonna have our bad days, just like
yeah,
anyone else. So
absolutely,
um,
absolutely. I'll give you a little
and
pro for the solo here. I'll give you a little pro for the solo is that solo in class, you're limited just with the equipment that you can actually just share in class here. With solo, you got all your access to all your other machines and other different exercises that you do want to do. So that's probably one of the reasons I know you as well would probably want to do solo. It gives us a chance to be able to do something that we don't normally get to do if we were in class here. So that's why solo training just kind of opens up other machines and exercise that you can do
yeah,
in the gym.
yeah, absolutely, yeah, totally. Solo too, maybe more of a con with solo is if you're not like, I guess the motivation isn't intrinsic. It isn't, you're just doing it because you think you have to.
Yeah,
Uh, it's going to be a lot easier, I think, to skip a day, to um, maybe stay less consistent for some if you're with that solo approach,
yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah,
And
if they
also
don't
it,
have a plan, they're not going to last very long. So
right,
which that gives another pro to con or a pro to the group schedule because they don't have to have a plan. We have the plan right there, and they just follow us. So it makes it a little bit easier on
exactly,
them mentally saying, "Well, I don't even, I don't know what to do, but I'm just going to follow the instructor, and they know." So they put their trust in us here. So
hmm
yeah. Matter of fact, I just took a guy who was just kind of wandering around, and I talked him into coming to class, and now he actually, and also when we have to partner up in class, he's always my partner. So now he's actually really motivated to come to class, and he's also seeing results here. So it's pretty exciting
yeah,
because he just wasn't really like that type of guy that's wasn't going to last very long if he was going to just stay, by himself. So
absolutely, yeah. And I think I see a comment here. It says having a trainer, right? That's not even like an aspect that we really talked about, but it's something I definitely want to mention is, you know, when we're talking kind of that exercise journey, right? That someone might be on. Let's say they're just starting out exercise of some sort, working out, and that's where I think a personal trainer is huge for
mhm.
someone. If they're just starting out, they don't necessarily want to be in a class where everyone is working out at the same time. They might, it can make you feel maybe uncomfortable if someone else is doing, I don't know, 50 pounds when you're
Yep,
using 30 pounds or something. So there is that aspect of like having a personal trainer, especially for for someone that is just beginning. And then
mhm,
maybe as you kind of move out of that, you start getting your form down,
mhm.
you start really kind of having an idea of what you're doing. Then you kind of move to solo, right? And then if you start getting unmotivated with solo, then you can kind of go back to group or go to group
Absolutely.
or go. There is no like one size fits all. And maybe it's, one point in your life, you really want to be in group fitness. The other side, you just kind of want to like focus on yourself. So focus on
Absolutely.
own training.
And it also keeps it different as well as opposed to just doing the same routine week after week. I
Yeah.
always try to encourage go out and just do something totally different that you don't normally do here. So I got a guy that comes in at 11 o'clock every day, and every Monday is going to be chest, every Tuesday is going to be legs, every Wednesday is going to be shoulders, every Thursday it's going to be abs, and he's going to just not do anything on Friday, but it's the same thing, and he's been doing that for years here. But a
Yeah.
lot of times If it's on a nice day, we'll go out and we'll maybe go run the stairs, or we'll do something, boot camp wise here,
Yeah.
just to do something totally different here. So, but he really enjoys that as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. Um, I will say too, like almost a shameless plug here for like what we do here in the wellness centers at Medtronic is, we're always without even the cost of a membership, right? We're always there to write personal exercise programs if you are kind of in that beginner phase and you're trying to figure that out with absolutely no cost to you. Like we could write you a plan. You could get professional advice like daily. You could always come in the wellness center. You could message us, email us of like, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. It's all at the disposal of your employee benefits. So yeah, don't feel like you have to drop a big check for a personal trainer or anything
Yeah.
like that too,
Yep.
if that's of interest. So
And don't ever
And-
think that you're bothering us either here. This is what
Right.
we are here for, is to help you, so don't ever
Dude.
think, oh, he looks busy right now. Come bother us and we will
Come
be
bother us.
more than happy to help you here.
Definitely. Like the question of, hey, I got another question sorry, I got another question. Like, just ask me the question. Don't say sorry. Like that's exactly why.
Absolutely.
It's an awesome benefit for you. So
And you know what? That's also one of the things that I absolutely love is just that one-on-one training when I can just take somebody, especially if they've never even done anything before, but to see them also gaining confidence as they start to move along with their journey here. It's nothing makes me happier than to see that here. So yeah, absolutely. Come bother us here. So
yeah, that's I think we got Kelly on the chat monitor here, and I don't know any questions, Kelly, or things to address in the chat.
I think it's good, like people, like Kelly said, that it can evolve over time. Sometimes it's by week. Sometimes you feel like you want to socialize. I know I teach at 7 a.m. and it's a lot of camaraderie and just socialization. But then there's other times where you're just like, I just want to be left alone and
absolutely
not talk. So I think, there's that social aspect to it too. And I used to kickbox and I loved it. But now, I go back and forth with things. But then also with group exercise, you're really on other people's schedule, not your own. You have to make it work. But So,
that's a con. That's a con for group fitness right there, is you have to be on a schedule here, So I mean, So
and I think you guys covered everything. It's great to see the comments and the Hinge Health. Thanks for putting that on there. It's a great benefit for PT at home, and they send you like massage rollers or TENS unit based on your issues. So it is a great benefit. So I'm glad, Amy, you put that on there. Thanks for sharing that.
Very good.
Absolutely.
All right.
So
Well, I think just do what fits you. That's the advice, right? The answer to the solo versus group. So,
but just to say this right here, this is why we have so many, not just here, but any wellness center. This is why you have a stair climber, a treadmill, an elliptical, a rowing machine, all of these different extra, because not everybody wants to do a treadmill. Somebody might have a knee problem where they can't do a treadmill. That's why they created ellipticals to begin with for people who had back and knee problems. They couldn't have the impact of them walking here, So they create things. So I know people who are in love with the stair climber. Most people, they hate the stair climber here, So everything is always just how you feel. It's what you want to do. You don't always have to just keep it to what what you have been doing. Always try to branch out and do something different here. You never know. You'll really come across something like, oh my goodness, I really love that. I'm going to try that more often now. So, but yeah. So fitness was created, and the reason it's so varied is because not everybody wants to do the same thing here. So that's why fitness is always evolving. There's to be able to get more people to exercise and get something that they can love to where they will exercise. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Preach. There we go. Good work there, Jim. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for coming, everyone. We'll see you at the next Coach's Corner. Have a great rest of your Monday.
All right. See you, everybody.